Advocates fighting Alzheimer's are sounding the alarm about reduced research funding from the National Institutes of Health.
About 7 million people in America are living with the disease, and another 11 million are caring for them. All of those people counting on breakthroughs and support that comes through research. Joining us to talk about the impact of cuts and what you can do right now to help, we have Hudson Tyler with the Alzheimer's Association of Oregon and Southwest Washington chapter. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks
Thank
for
you
being
so
here.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, I know this is it's an important time and a critical time for a lot of organizations right now, including the Alzheimer's Association. They're saying right now is the time for action to urge Congress to really preserve some of this federal support. Why is this so critical right now?
Sure. So upcoming in May is our Oregon State Advocacy Day. And so we're going to be working with a number of advocates and our staff partners to basically urge our legislators to keep Alzheimer's and dementia a priority. This year, it's held on May 21st. And this year we're doing it virtually because we really want to make sure that wherever you are across the state, you have the opportunity to come out with us and participate in this event.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. What is the Alzheimer's Impact Movement? What are you trying to accomplish with that right now?
Yeah, the Alzheimer's Impact Movement is it's the 501c4, so the advocacy arm of the Alzheimer's Association. And so this is where we're working at both the federal and the state level to really move policy in a direction that makes a real difference in the lives of those who are actually affected by this disease.
It's interesting to see right now, just from so many different organizations and at different levels, everyone's feeling really unsteady, right, and uneasy about where future funding might come from and what that could mean for some of these real long-term projects. I think it's important to kind of put that into context. You know, what's at stake in terms of futures here when the immediate needs might not be met?
Really, really good question. And so what I can say is that when we're looking at a reduction or we're looking at a delay to the disbursement of research funding, what this does is it sets us back, both American research and global research. It sets us back in our ability to make advances, right? And so this is something that that we're really looking at right now and making sure that that we're moving forward. The Alzheimer's Association is really deeply committed to research. I mean, we're a science-based organization, and at the global level, we are just as committed to our $430 million in over 1,100 active research projects.
Wow.
And then just looking at that locally, we've got $1.3 million in active projects here, and some of the organizations we work with are OHSU, University of Oregon, Portland State, the Legacy Health System. And so this is all happening. We want to make sure that these advances continue.
And I think important to note that some of what's happening on a federal or global scale is affecting people in this community at our institutions, our medical centers of research. These are people in our circles here who are feeling the effects of this.
And so we're really, really deeply committed to supporting the continuation of these projects. I mean, these are the reasons why we have some of these first ever treatments. These are the reasons why, why we're starting to see, improved outcomes in clinical trials. This is kind of the process, and so we really want to make sure that it continues.
Well, and at the local level, if somebody's watching, how can they help? How can somebody get involved with this cause?
Fortunately, getting involved is really easy,
Good.
especially for a virtual advocacy day. And kind of the way that I would put it is, if you care about this cause, if you've advocated before or not, now is the year to get involved. If you've had a personal experience, come share your story. If you haven't, but you know people and you care, come share your story, because, as a representative system, our legislators represent who shows up. And so we need people to show up, right? And so call our 24/7 helpline at 800-272-3900. That's a good way to get connected with us. You can also visit us online at alz.org/ hudson.edu/advocate.
Okay, great resources there.
Yeah, some good stuff to keep in mind as folks wonder, what can I do to make my future brighter? If you want a better prognosis for yourself and your children down the line, you have a vested interest here in joining that advocacy movement. Hudson, thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, always appreciate your time.
Appreciate it. And again, the State Advocacy Day coming up May 21st. If you want to learn more about ways you can support, we'll have all those resources linked on coin.com. It is 7:30.